the way that it used to be. And, you know, yay, happy us. But not enough money to retire. I don't know. Sad. Very sad. Anyway, this is... Elizabeth, no. Abigail, that's her name. Abigail Spanberg, the new governor of Virginia. I don't understand how she did it. I just don't get it. But she did. And she did a Democratic response to the president and the State of the Union address. And she's the Virginia governor, Abigail Spanberger. She slammed Donald Trump over his mass deportation operations in her official Democratic response to the State of the Union. And, you know, she repeated claims that her party favors affordability. Even as the Old Dominion sees scores of, you know, new taxes coming in on their own. Spanberger was elected back in November. And she was succeeding the conservative dude by the name of Glenn Youngkin. And he sought to claim that mantle of affordability. Even as she and the Richmond Democrats moved to enact, you know, and raise new taxes in multiple forms. Ugh. So, speaking from the original house of historic Burgesses. Yeah, do you know about that? At the head of the colonial Williamsburg, Duke of Gloucester Street. Spanberger noted that how in 1705, the colony first gathered with the extraordinary task of governing themselves. The United States was founded on the idea that ordinary people could reject unacceptable excesses of poor leadership, and they could band together to demand to better their government and create a nation that would be an example for the world. And that's what she tried to do last night and miserably failed. She, you know, contrasting her version of what, you know, it should be all about with that of Donald Trump's and what he has bought into, and he is, you know, trying to sell to the American public. And we heard lie so many times through this. Just, it was amazing. It was like, that's all she picked up out of the speech that she was giving was the word lie. It's the best she could do. And she talked about a number of things that happened in Virginia that, you know, really brought about much of nothing. But, you know, they got to respond. Hey, has there ever been a time when there has been no response from the opposition? Wow, wouldn't that be wild? You know, it just is, you happen to agree with everything and you don't know what to do. And now the Democratic response. Oh, they don't have one. Oh, did Appleton die again? We gotta take a break before I get fired. 490-5858. One step beyond. I love this song. 800-776-5858. We'll be right back. By the way, this band is Madness. That's what they're called, Madness.
Don't want to get a copyright hit. Silly son.
that are involved in Iran's illicit behavior. And this ranges from transport of Iranian petroleum to the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and Iran's, Ministry of Defense supplying lines for building advanced missiles and drones. And I believe, it was all through this G2 that we found out about those missiles, possibly, that they are building that can reach us. Yeah, they can find out we can find out what they need. Yeah, not good. But where? Some of you are asking me online right now, where do these missiles hit us? Where's the soft spot? Would it be like New York or something like that? Yeah, probably. How much money is all of that worth? Not really sure. But the sanctions hit at least 12 vessels allegedly involved in the Shadow Fleet, along with 9 companies associated with the same. So these new sanctions, follow along here, also name 4 individuals for being owned or controlled by an aviation industry. This is a company. Yeah, it's got the QODS Aviation Industry. And the company says that, they have U.S. designs and manufacture light and ultralight UAVs. It supplies them to Iran and other allies, including Russia and Venezuela. And I'm not going to go on from there because the rest, you can figure out on your own. It's scary. And, man, it's like that part of the country still is ready to explode. It hasn't yet, but it's highly possible it could happen. And the new sanctions come after Iran lashed out at the U.S. After Trump, put the regime on notice that in the State of the Union address last night, delivering a forceful warning about Tehran's ambitions. It's these things that we're playing with are not toys. They are not toys. These are things that can destroy. And can they destroy us? Yeah, ultimately, certainly. If they make it to us, and again, I'm still not sure where us is, where it can be. Always on our toes, man. Can we have a moment where we can breathe for a little bit? Wouldn't that be nice? Anyway, comments on any of this stuff? 490-5858. Tom McClintock is going to join us real soon. In fact, he's on the line right now. 800-776-5858. Is Miss Kern good to go? Is that a thumbs up? Yay! With KMJ News, the thumbs are up. Here it is right now. Here's Liz.
This is KMJ Breaking News.
Fresno police just wrapped up a news conference updating a deadly stabbing